Alright, what's up? Welcome back. Sports Radio Podcast. And we are back after a few technical difficulties. It's your boy, Dr. J.
Mr. Boy.
Ashley Ray.
So I'm just gonna go from here just in case. Like,
Hey, went to homecoming. It was cool. It was
Yo,
big
no.
homecoming. If y'all was out there, we didn't see y'all. We was drunk and shit.
Homecoming.
All right.
Yeah.
Homecoming turned up.
Yeah. Homecoming.
We survived.
That covers all the shit we recorded that we lost.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done.
We'll mark that safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark this safe. We survived. We here. And now we ready.
I'm so happy y'all
We're ready to
back.
pod.
Yay.
Alright, so anyway. So we're gonna jump right into the main segment. Because for the check and stuff segment, we're supposed to be talking about finding our normal. So one of the things we talked about with finding our normal is that our normal, what are we talking about when we talk about normal?
Are we talking about what is normal? Are we talking about society norms?
Your normal versus my normal?
Yeah, your normal versus my normal, things of that nature. Like who is the person to decide what's normal, or what's people decide what's normal?
That's a good question.
We decide what's normal. Well, I think everybody decides what's normal because
Who are the gatekeepers of normal?
Right. Like y'all talking about my ears. This may be normal.
to somebody.
It may be a hat to others.
I mean, that may be the stilo on the North Pole.
Yeah. when you out there making toys.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I don't know what little elf I mess with to get these right. It's all good.
But yeah, no, like I think that like society decides normal. And I think it switches all the time because there was a long time that, you know, what they call Eurocentric things were normal because white people ran a lot of things. So like, as we've shifted to like having multicultural things, new things have become normal. Like even the fact that like homosexuality has become more normal than it was before.
Transgender
Has
Yeah.
become more normal than it was before. So it's just
being
about
black, normal.
so I guess that with that being said, when we talking about transgender, homosexual, black people, you know, all of that stuff, how it became normal after a while, would you say it's better to be outside of societal norms to be ready for the shift and transition?
I think you can't be married to normal. You can't be married to societal norms because it's always changing.
Yeah. So you should embrace change.
Well, it's all about, like I said, we all talk about Darwinism. You know what I'm saying? You have to adapt to survive in the world and how things move and change, whatever. We have to adapt to it.
Right.
So you can't stay to a certain norm that's been 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or even yesterday. You have to be able to change.
Like I like my record player, but now nobody
plays records.
No.
No. That's an interesting take on this topic in record player.
Yeah, I actually do like records better.
Yeah. But okay, so I ask you this: are there any like societal norms that you feel like are universal and you won't sway on? Like there's something that you find is normal and you like, because for some people a long time, homosexuality was something that like they would not sway on. Like they were like, okay, I don't agree with it, whatever the verbiage was with it. Like they would say, you know, this is one thing that I stand firm on. Is there anything in society that's a norm that you say, like, I don't care what society does, this is always gonna be how I feel? Is there any hill you would die on, I guess is the question.
Yeah, that's the best way to say it.
Yeah, is
That's
there a
a
hill
hill
that
like
you
trying
ready
to
to
think.
die on?
Yeah. I don't know. I usually adapt to a lot of shit, so it's kind
Like
of
a
how I
man
roll with it.
should be.
That's one.
That's actually a good one. So you think a man should be a man?
Yeah.
What's a man being a man
I
mean?
know
though?
y'all gonna say.
I mean, you said it, so you should have expected the question.
Pay those bills.
So a man is a man if he can pay bills.
Pay my Jordan.
Provide and some
Yeah, we
security,
can't take that away
support.
from them.
But what if women make more money?
You just okay.
So the man should still pay the bills even though women make more money.
Sure, she can pay some.
So, so in order for
It
a
ain't
man
all
to be a
about
man-
paying bills. Like
I just gonna agree with you. I would say like a man, even with because that's society. That's that's a norm that has changed.
Yeah.
A lot of women make more money than men nowadays.
Yeah. But be the provider.
Yeah, people provide back.
Head of household.
Yeah,
I'm never probably.
it's more than financial.
I
You
think
the head,
I was
and
saying.
I'm the neck that turns that motherfucker. No, I'm just
The neck that turns that.
That's how I go, black woman. Say, Nick that turned that mother.
You better turn my way.
Okay, so we'll go with that norm of a man being a man, right? So is it okay if like he don't make that much money, but like he helped make? Okay, let me say it this way: can he make decisions in the house if he not paying the bills?
We can all make decisions in the house.
But I mean, like as a head of the household, like you know, because he's the head of
We
the
can
household.
come to agreements.
So how is he the head if you come into an agreement?
Everything needs to be agreed upon.
So that's not really a head then, right?
Yes.
How is it the head if they gotta
We
get
need
your
to
approval?
agree. I probably gotta get your approval too. You can't just come here and change the rules, buddy.
You either gonna be the head or y'all gonna be working together as partners. Cause it sounds like you trying
Yeah,
to be
he
a
got.
partner.
I guess I can go.
Oh, we lost it.
You lost it, still doing it.
Oh well.
Well, we got the YouTube version.
Hey.
But anyway, so if he
No,
the
let
head,
him go ahead and be the head, and yeah. When I get there, when I'm 60, I promise I'll be there. I'm 60.
You'll be well when you're 60.
Married.
You gonna be married when you're 60?
Yeah. Nothing's wrong with that. Y'all be at the wedding.
You're gonna be getting off at 60. Well, I mean,
I know I'm old because I still snap.
I guess my question for that is, like, so is it, because that's another societal norm too, getting married that late. Do you feel like that, what do you feel like for your normal, since we're talking about your personal normal, we talking about marriage, what do you think is your range of getting married? Like, I won't get married past some, because some people had it, like they'll be like, okay, once I hit like 50.
I don't know. I don't have that age. I'm more of like how I feel probably with that person. Can I be with you the rest of my life? Marriage means a lot to me. It ain't just like because society say, hey, girl, you getting old, might as well be with that nigga. No, it means a lot. So if I can be with this nigga forever and love him and obey and all that other shit they say, you know, you gotta do.
Yeah, I
Let's see
mean,
how it go.
I think, because I think that like that's one of the big things that you have to worry about with as far as societal norms and stuff go is,
But I don't really believe in marriage like that.
you don't even believe in marriage, so that's
Right,
not.
so I don't believe like we could actually be partners and live in the same household, and
So
I
your
believe
life partner?
forever.
Life partner. I don't understand what the difference is. What's the difference?
I guess that's more. We're not. It's not a contract. I'm scared of that shit.
But you still married, like you still married if you have
We
a life
just know
partner.
we down for each other forever.
No,
I
but
don't
like
know yet.
if it comes down to it, y'all are still under contract.
Probably so. I don't know.
This is Texas.
I've never like really.
Common law marriage. So like if let's say you just we never gonna get married, we gonna live together and have kids, do all this stuff together, blah blah blah, and like we've been together for 10 years, we never got married. If it ever came down to like contract negotiation, divorce type stuff, splitting of assets, y'all are married.
Okay.
So you might as well sign the paper and go on
We
the
can
wedding
do that
ceremony.
too. Whatever they want. I mean, when I get to that person, I don't know how they going on right now.
So you not against marriage, you just ain't got it right now.
I mean, it is what it is.
You're not looking for it.
If it comes, it comes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
If
just not
God
looking
bless
for it.
me with it, you know.
That's
Hey.
you know, I don't really like, and this is gonna be like kind of off subject, but I don't really like when people say that
Why?
because I feel like God ain't just gonna throw somebody in your lap. They'll be
Yes,
like,
he
here,
will.
your
He'll throw
husband.
him down the
That's-
road.
Here your husband you been waiting 20 years for.
Here you go.
He probably been through his ass, and I was like, I wasn't ready, guys.
I don't think God throw you a husband like that. I
No,
don't
like
think I don't think he work like that.
You think I gotta find him?
He's been on Amazon back order.
Yeah.
Here he comes now.
I do think so. He know when I'm
He
ready.
must have got lost in the mail.
God knows when you're ready.
Return to sender.
I don't know. Some people, I don't gonna lie. Some people marriages, I be like, I'm straight. I can just.
I mean, and that's that's an
I
argument
think
that a lot of people
messes me
have.
up.
That's an argument a lot of people have when it comes to like societal norms and marriage and stuff like that. Is because they're like, people getting married, they feel like it's just such a bad thing because they see so many bad marriages.
I don't think it's bad, but it do bring a sour taste to your mouth when you be like, damn, you gotta go through all that. You gotta pick up the phone, he calling. I'm not used to that. That's just
How
always
to pick
been
up the phone
me.
when somebody call?
Yeah, you don't have to pick up the phone when somebody call all the time.
Okay.
But when you married, you obligated to pick up your husband's phone call or your wife, whatever your significant other. You gotta pick up the phone, right?
So you been in a relationship before, huh?
Yeah, a long time ago.
So you ain't never had to pick up the phone while you in a relationship?
I chose not to sometimes.
That's what, you know what, that might be why you not in a relationship no more. That might be why you ain't in that motherfucker.
Let the record show. I said sometimes.
I just know, never ask her.
I don't like
Where you
asking
at?
up damn questions.
Where you at?
I don't like that.
Well,
That
I had
way
an
you
argument
at.
about that the other day. And since this probably not gonna get recorded anyway, we can talk about it.
Well,
I had
it's
an argument-
recording.
Oh, it's on YouTube, yeah.
Nigga, we was talking.
This recording
Yeah.
been fucking up, so I'm
So I
not
don't think
looking.
it's normal for you to ask me where I'm at. I'm a grown ass person.
But I did. No, I had an argument about that because I was, you know, I always start my
You ask a
conversations.
lot of questions.
Nigga, I just ask questions, period. But I always start my conversations like if I'm finna talk to you about something, I say, hey, what you doing? Like that's what I always say. I say it to everybody, like
Yeah.
male, female, whatever. I just be like, hey, what you doing?
All
Because
right.
I don't like hitting people up and they be like busy,
Mhm.
and then you be like, oh, if you busy, you good. I'll talk to you later, whatever.
Mhm.
So I'll text WYD to anybody. Just
Oh, I don't do
what you
that. I
doing?
just go into my rant and see who
And
picks
see, I
up.
don't do that because if you don't respond, I'll be mad. Cause I'm
Me too.
talking to
I
you,
was
you know.
mad at y'all. I was like, I know I went to a rant on this
You
group
know,
chat.
You gotta ask, nigga. You gotta
I was
ask
like,
people
they
busy.
busy. Forget them
Yeah,
niggas.
yeah. I'm gonna have a reception and shit sometimes, so you just be going
Next rant.
But see, like my thing was, whenever like I had this conversation with this person, it was like they got mad because I always ask what you doing. Like, why you trying to keep tabs on me? And I'm like, I'm not really trying to keep tabs. I just say what you doing. And like, and usually if I don't have anything to talk about and I just want to talk to somebody, I'll say what you doing. And when they tell me what they're doing, I'm like, oh, okay. And I start the conversation with whatever's going on. Like, oh, I'm watching this movie. Oh, what you watching? Oh, who in that? But like I asked, like Ashley said, I ask a lot of questions because that's what I do. But like for me, that's like normal. Like that's a normal conversation. But depending on who you're talking to, it's like you ask too many
Probation
questions.
officer.
Yeah, you ask too many
I
questions.
don't mind what you doing because I could be like chilling. But when you like, where you at? No, that's my location.
See, no, but see, and I would ask that too. But the only time I would ask that is if I've like been to your house and like I'm in the location near your house. I'm like, hey, where you at? Because I'm in your area.
And that's when I'm going to get mad.
Why would you be mad if I'm just trying to like stop by and be like, hey, what's up? And I'm
Ain't
gonna
no
go
stop by.
on my way
Ain't
to
no
somewhere
stop
else.
by. No.
Oh, shit. I mean, I guess that.
Can we ask you where you at?
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with somebody asking me where I'm at though.
I don't ask that. I don't.
Cause I would tell them like, 'cause if I'm
Unless-
busy, I'm gonna tell them I'm busy.
Unless I'm on my way, I gotta. No.
Or if I'm real busy, I just want to answer.
Don't ask me too many questions.
You gonna answer my questions,
See
but
what
I'm saying that like most
And then
people.
he got a problem and said, that's why you're in a relationship. You don't answer no questions.
No, you say you don't answer the phone like when somebody call you.
If I'm busy,
What you busy doing?
questions. Why you answer me all these questions? I'm working. Somebody gotta work.
Who you talking to? They don't be working.
Cause your ass bitch was bum niggas.
Yeah.
First of all, never that. Never that.
But like that's my whole thing is that like, and that could be part of the normal conversation. Because to me, that's what I view as normal. What I view as normal conversation. Me asking questions and doing all that. That's normal for me. Like I feel like that's a part of holding conversation. Like I'm gonna talk to you about some stuff. You talk to me about some stuff. I ask questions. Like I feel like people aren't used to having real conversations. That's me. That's why I say it's normal for me and it may not be normal for most people because I don't think people are used to having conversations like that. Because like, if somebody's really engaged in what you're saying, then they're gonna talk to you about it. They're gonna ask questions. Oh, for real? Like, well, what happened now? And so now, but they use people not really listening. So like, when people not really listening to you, they be like, oh yeah, shit, that's what's up.
That's what he
They
did.
gonna ask you no questions.
He did that to me today. She did. I was like, never mind.
That's
never
crazy.
mind.
He said, "You're not listening to me."
I'm not listening to you. What you saying?
See, but that's the other end of it though. Like somebody do that to you and be like they like halfway listening. They're like, I'm really listening and engaged in what you're saying. You're like, you asking me too many questions. Well, nigga, which one do you want? You want me to pay attention or not? Cause I could not pay attention.
No, hold on.
You want somewhere in the middle.
Don't ask me like personal questions. If I'm talking about something, ask questions about my conversation, but don't ask me like, oh, where you going? Where's that? who you with, where your mama, stuff like that. Nah, we good.
So what if I guess no, that is bad. Cause I was gonna say like sometimes when I have conversations I'll be like,
Cause I'm not
I'll relate your situation to something else that you've gone through before or something else that you dealt with before and try to see if you can make a correlation and see if that maybe what's making you upset. This lady said something to you and she and you went off on her because she said this. I was like, okay, well, you remember that time when your mama said something similar to that to you?
We gonna
and
argue.
then like, I mean, but I feel like if you make that relation, you make the correlation to that, you're like, okay, well, that's why I was upset. Maybe I wasn't upset at this lady. Maybe I'm upset at that situation because I don't like when people do this to me.
No.
And you know what?
That lady.
And that's what I've gotten a lot of is that like people don't like that conversation because they're like, I feel like you trying to counsel me. I was like, well, what's wrong with me counseling? What's wrong? I'm not that I am. That's what I'm trying to
heal the world, make it a better place. So heal.
Damn right.
So anyway,
don't ask me no more.
Your norm.
Your norms. Like, is there for what was I gonna ask? I already asked you like what societal norms that you feel like you would not sway from. I asked you this. Okay, so I had a conversation one time about ugly people. So like, and this is important because we're talking about norms, right? Because we're talking about like what's normal. And so the conversation I was having was they were like, well, nobody can really say what's ugly. And I was like, well, it's not necessarily true. Because you have like universally ugly people where everybody agrees, that motherfucker ugly. Like, so like you have universally ugly people. But you may not have like, everybody won't think somebody's attractive. Mm-hmm. So like attractiveness, being pretty, is kind of, subjective. But I feel like ugly can be a norm. Do you feel like that is a case? Like, do you feel like there are people that are just universally ugly?
That's kind of a hard one to say. You just want to say nobody. Like I say, you kind of contradict the whole statement about universally ugly when people be like, oh, well, people have their certain standards what they find attractive.
Right.
And it's like that. So you really, by saying that, you really can't say flat out everybody's universally. That there are some universally ugly people because somebody's attracted.
Somebody's gonna like it.
Somebody's gonna like it.
But if we talking about norms, we going on the average. Because like there's gonna be like when we talk about any kind of norm, you talk about like marriage. Everybody likes marriage. You got people that hate marriage. You got people that are overly happy about marriage. You got people on the outside, on the what do they call it, outliers.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like I said, that's. But I'm saying that's basically norms that we've gotten over history. Because shit, if we talking about like stuff like that, right? Universally ugly. Being black was universally ugly.
That's true.
And
it
people,
does change.
Yeah, and people was like, or you have people have big noses, or right? Oh, that's universally ugly. An ugly feature. That if it's on these people say that's an ugly feat. They ugly because of that feature. Mm-hmm. And over time, whatever people will be like, well, no, I like that part, or blah blah blah. It has changed. That norm has changed. So just like anything, whatever. Yeah, you can have universally ugly people, what people consider to be ugly because of certain features on a person. But you know what I'm saying, just like anything else, it's not a hard
I don't
thing.
think it's normal to have tattoos on your face.
You think it's not normal to have tattoos on your face? Why?
I think it's ugly.
Matter of fact, I saw this white girl coming out the gym over here when I was at the gym, and she had tattoos on her face, but she obviously looked like a tattoo artist because she had tattoos all over her hands and everything. She was a young white girl. But I was thinking about that, and I was like, it's becoming more normal. And you remember back in the day, like having tattoos was like a big thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't show tattoos. Like
but now,
if you had 8 tattoos, you were like a rebel.
That's art.
Yeah, like you were a big rebel if you had a tattoo.
I don't think it's cute to have it on your face.
But the thing is, it's becoming more normal. Not like if you have tattoos on your face, now you're a rebel. If you have tattoos anywhere else,
that's normal.
Like you got tattoos on your hands and everything, and it's not really a big deal anymore.
They laugh at my tattoos. Back then, I was shit.
What tattoos?
See what I'm saying?
Oh, see, you ain't got no tattoos that are showing, so.
I got my tramp stamp long time ago, boo boo.
That's not showing regularly.
Never.
Yeah.
And I got one right
A lot of people have tramp stamps on.
I'm old.
Yeah.
That shit. Butterfly. Probably like a bird now.
Everybody got butterflies?
It's a fucking bird.
I seen
got
that.
that shit
What is
when
it?
I was
Butterfly?
18.
What's the other tramp stamp people always get?
They used to always get like a fresh fruit, that strawberry or something
Or
like
like
that.
the little
I be
lime
seeing that.
thing.
Like the tribal
The
bag.
tribal on the back. No, because strawberries and cherries you see on the thigh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that thigh tag.
On the titty.
On the titty. Yeah. the
Y'all
titty.
like some titty tats, huh?
I don't.
I do.
You don't like
I
titty
really don't
tats?
like titty tattoo.
I don't like girls that.
I've always liked it since baby boy.
Yep. Yep.
Is it what?
Nothing. Nothing. Yep.
Bless everybody.
But no, I don't. I always thought like, cause I hated like when older women had like the paws on their titties. I thought that was
Hey,
stupid.
cat lady.
Eve.
Yeah, Eve had a tats, whatever.
Rawr.
And then you having like the panther crawling across their titty and shit. I don't need the
I don't
shit.
like a dude that have a.
I seen somebody had a whole panther on their. Oh, goddamn,
Whole panther on the titty.
That's real.
I don't need that.
Do some things.
But I like tattoos on women, but it's like certain tattoos like what does
Can you
tattoos
tell-
come from?
Okay, can you tell by the tattoo what she talking about?
If she got a thigh tattoo,
She talking about that? He lied.
I don't know.
He lied.
am I lying about what?
I got another tattoo kind of close to,
To your area.
yeah. But I ain't talking about shit.
Kind of close to your
To
area.
your nether region.
I had to hit to my hip bone, but a little lower.
To your
Yeah,
nether region. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, to
To your
the
don't-know area.
No, no.
to my flower. No, I don't know. Oh, anyway,
To your
No.
don't-know space. Don't know.
no.
Oh man, I'm laughing about that's terrible.
Oh shit.
No, can't laugh about that. No. That won't be a clip.
Nope. Not in your no area.
Mm-mm.
But
But you can tell them. You can tell somebody what they talking about. Cause they
I mean, if you got something in your no area, that means you want somebody to see it.
that's what I used to say, but that was a lie. It sounded good.
I mean, that's probably what you got it for initially. You probably not today no more. But initially, it's because you want somebody to see it.
It was.
You want if wherever you put a tattoo, you want somebody to see that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Tramp stamps included.
Yeah, 'cause I used to wear my back out all the time,
Right.
But now I'm more of a covered up wholesome woman.
Most women now get they get the tattoo on their back shoulder right here.
Yeah, got
They
that.
do like
I thought it was behind the
right
ear.
here, behind
Like-
the ear.
I don't think it's normal for you to tattoo somebody's name on you.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I
I don't even tattoo my mom and daddy, because like my mama's tattoo is here with a scripture that she always said. My daddy tattoo is a
You got
scripture he always
So
said.
you got your parents on you. My mom.
not their faces,
Not their name.
not their names. I don't believe in
Just the
tattooing.
scripture. What's the
I
scripture
know what the scripture
say?
means.
You know? Okay, good.
So like Philippians 4:13 is what my mom used to always say when we used to go to like athletic events. Well, actually any event. So she, because she like, you can do all things through Christ. And so that was the scripture that stood out for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad's was Jeremiah 29:11, and it's like the one he talks about where, for I know the path I have for you, blah 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 blah.
Blah blah.
Yeah, but I'm saying that like they all have a meaning. I don't believe in doing
I
names.
got my
'cause I
dad's
feel
name
like-
right here.
I never did names. I just never was really into names or pictures. I don't
But
really like
it's in
picture on me.
Arabic. I'm done. I'm done after that. I was done.
I need a whole bunch more tattoos.
No, I'm straight.
But that's the thing, like, okay, so that leads us back into the conversation about being normal, because like now I feel free to get all the tattoos that I want to get, because I'm like, it's no problem.
It's not a taboo thing. No
Yeah, it's not taboo at all.
I think it's normal for people to take a bath, but unfortunately, I've been having
You really finna go territory you should go into.
What?
I know what you're going
stank ass. Yeah, I think it's normal, but some people stink, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, Lord. I'm tired of
It
it.
could be for religious beliefs.
Right. Like, it
Oh,
could be a
no.
multitude of reasons. that
They
people
American.
ain't taking a shower.
What? She ain't take it.
Yeah,
It's not a norm, man. Oh, it's just funky.
So,
Busty. Oh, shit.
So I do. I think it's soap or water.
so what are
So-
your norms? Like, what is?
Until you just spraying perfume over that shit.
Nah, that's nasty.
Okay.
For a reason.
So anyway, like your norms are kind of like what you feel like you would go with, no matter what society does. So like, if it comes to marriage, like for me, marriage, I do want to get married. Like I know it's a societal pressure or whatever and shit like that, but I
You want to get married before you 40?
I want to get married at some point. Let's just split it that way.
Yeah, okay.
I would prefer it to be, before I'm 40, but if it's not, then it's not. But I would prefer to be, early on. When it comes to things like, I don't know, like we said, tattoos. I want to put tattoos
everywhere.
Almost. I want to keep my sleeve line, so like down to my wrist, it's more on my chest.
Butt cheek.
I don't need no butt cheek. I don't even need no leg tattoos because I can't really appreciate leg tattoos like that because I don't wear shorts enough.
My brother got legs. He got big teeth.
Yeah, and I don't want nobody to touch my shin because I look like it's painful.
You got tattoos?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nigga, you ain't no thug.
But see,
and that's the thing, like tattoos don't mean no thug no
I know.
either.
I like to say so.
I'm gonna say, like I said, I want 2 or 3, but it's the whole point. I want to put something that means something on my body. I don't want to just put some random shit.
I always got one around me. Ain't got no tattoos.
I got this big ass brand on my goddamn wall.
Nobody told you get that shit.
You goddamn right. Nobody told you get the goddamn tattoos.
Yeah.
Whatever. Had to do what I had to
Oh,
do.
you know no area and shit.
You know no area. You get tattoos, you know no area.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, so like my thing is like I think my norm has changed. Like you said, norm changes over time. But I think, and this could be like a woosah, I'm not gonna do transition. In a woosah segment, so in the woosah segment, like I wanted to talk about how like your norms, like, although they shift over time, you have to establish them for yourself. So you can't let anybody push you into what you consider normal. So if it's your norm to like, okay, I don't need to be married. I want to focus on my career. I want to, and I get married eventually when the time comes. Then you need to stick by that norm and don't let people tell you that, well, that's not normal.
So I believe you should have time by yourself. That's normal to me, and you do not have to be around everybody.
And that's fine.
But people will say I'm antisocial.
True.
I'll be like,
You might be antisocial.
No, I'm not. I just want to be by myself.
No, but there's nothing wrong with that.
That's what I'm saying. You
That's
may be
normal.
antisocial, but that may be what's normal for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I don't want to be bothered. It's like I don't want to be social. I don't want to be a social person at the
You
moment.
don't understand how so much slack I get.
Because people that's not normal.
Okay, this ain't really part of the woosah because it's not really a calming segment. But I wanted to talk about this because, okay, there's a conversation that came up that I saw on Twitter, and I've seen it a couple places, and it kind of has to do with whatever your norm is, right? So one of the things was that this girl was talking about how she had to get rid of all these toxic people in her life, blah, 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 whatever, because they kept telling her about, like, how, she acted with them or whatever. And she's like, and what I gathered from that was, for her, the way she acts is normal. So that's why I wanted that reminded me of this, because like for you that may be normal, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily right. Just because it's outside of societal norm and it makes you comfortable, doesn't mean necessarily right. Now that's the caveat I have to say with my woosah, because my woosah is that if you're outside the norm and that makes you comfortable, then that's fine. But if you're being outside the norm is detrimental to your life, then you may need to reassess. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like her whole thing was, I act the way I act, and that's normal for me. So that if anybody can't get used to that, then that's their problem. And like, so she ruined all the relationships in her life because of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you're not being accountable for what you're doing wrong.
Yeah. If your normal is being detrimental to yourself or to others, then that's not normal.
Right.
An asshole.
Yeah, an asshole. And like I said, I'll bring this part up. Like I said, the whole reason for this conversation was because I talked to somebody and they was talking about like just finding your normal. Basically talking about like a relationship with this couple that basically sleep in different rooms because they don't like the mattresses that one person has, well, case may be, so they have trouble sleeping with each other, which causes a lot of different issues. And when they started sleeping in different rooms, their marriage and their communication got better. They were like, they still cuddle with each other. They still spend time with each other. But when it's time to go to bed to actually go to sleep, they go to different rooms and go to different beds. And then in the morning, whatever, if one person wakes up earlier than the other, they might go in there and lay with the other person, whatever the case may be. and stuff like that. But people was like, that's not normal. How you not gonna sleep with that person? But they was
I
like,
think that works.
I do, me too. I was like, I think that's normal.
yeah, what I'm saying. But to other people, it was like, that's not normal. How you not gonna sleep with your partner? This and that. It was like, we need this to be a working unit because when I'm not getting sleep or that my other person's not getting sleep and we're restless, we're arguing and stuff like that, and it creates an issue. But now we're both getting great sleep and stuff like that, and we still do everything together, and it works for us. And that's their norm.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what we're discussing is that like you're in this woo size that you have to kind of find your normal, and if your normal is outside the norm, but it's what works. Like if it's like, and that's the other part of what I was saying. Like the caveat is that you don't want to do anything that's detrimental. But if you're being outside the norm is what works for you, if that's what works for their relationship, you continue to do that. Like you don't have to fall into that's not what a normal relationship looks like. Well, who gives a fuck what a normal relationship looks like? That's not your relationship. Everybody else. And people tell you all the time, and people don't really like take heed to it. Is everybody else ain't in your relationship. All the other shit going on in the world is not part of your relationship. It's not part of your life. Mm-hmm. So like if something works for you, and like you find happiness with this person, and they're like, even going back to our ugly conversation, everybody in the world might think who you with is ugly as fuck. Like, oh my God, how you with that person? But at the end of the day, if that person makes you happy,
right?
And like they are y'all are building together, y'all are building a life together, and y'all are good for each other mentally and psychologically. Like everything works for this person, but society says they ain't cute.
Like Whitney and Bobby.
I don't. That's funny, man.
Okay, man.
But I'm gonna go with this, and this is kind of like talking about how like we adapt and move forward and stuff like that. Because I know right now the whole polyamorous movement is kind of big right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People with multiple partners, whatever case may be, and living life. But
big right now.
But because it's just something new. Yes. But well, you know why I feel like it's popping right now is because people are adjusting to the village mentality of, hey, we need a support group, we need a village, whatever case may be, to provide and stuff like that. Because so much stuff as far as the price of food, gas, everything else, people with jobs and stuff like that.
Don't be a sister wife.
Or you can have two husbands. It goes both ways.
In a lot of polyamorous relationships, like the two people are together and they have like they may be married. I've heard of polyamorous relationships where the man and woman are married, but they have girlfriends and boyfriends on the side. Like and sometimes they'll sleep together.
That's not normal to me.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying right now, right? You know what I'm saying? And not saying that it ever will be normal to you, right?
That really won't be.
But with that being said, homosexuality and stuff wasn't normal for a lot of people either. And stuff in homosexuality and stuff like in transgender, you know what I'm saying, situations are still for some people not normal. Civil rights for black people are still not normal for some people, even though it's the normal society has made it normal over time. Women's right to vote. It's like, and to not just be in the household.
But I just feel like that really, I would feel some type of way somebody thinking that shit with me. Like, would that be wrong?
But that's my whole point. That's not your normal. Like, you don't, just because something is not your normal, don't mean you have to conform to whatever is going on at the moment. That's just not your normal. You can agree, like, hey, that works for you. I ain't knock if you do it.
Yeah, that works for you. Don't knock me because I ain't feeling it.
Shit. That's the whole point. It works for. It's the basic point of like being prejudiced.
But you said like work. Okay, yeah.
Like I say, I don't knock you for doing whatever you do. But, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But when it starts trying to affect me with.
But I mean, like you said, the biggest thing is just knowing that your normal doesn't really have to be somebody else's. So like if somebody else is happy doing, polyamory and they got, my wife's boyfriend came over last night, you like, what the fuck? Like it may sound off to you, but if that's what, like people always say, whatever floats your boat. People say that, but they don't really mean it. But really, that's what it really is. Like if whatever you find is normal makes you happy,
so whatever makes you happy. Motherfucker wife got a boyfriend, he married, stuff like that, but they over here thriving. Your ass over here struggling.
Yeah,
but you talking shit.
You talking that nigga weak for that? No, that nigga got a gap. He got his gal got another boyfriend on the side and shit. He just cool with it. That nigga weak.
That nigga weak. I'm about to go back to my grandma's house.
Yeah, but he got his shit together.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm saying, but it's like at the end of the day, everybody does what they want to do.
It's not gonna be for you.
Yeah.
Everything ain't for you.
I ain't gonna talk about him, but hey, I'm good.
But that's all that matters. If it's not for you, it's
no,
not
they
for
don't
you.
be like, actually, you need to get up on this type of train.
I mean, they may try to convince you to try something new, and I don't even think there's anything wrong with that, because sometimes you have to step outside of your box, even though Tank's shit was like off the wall with the sucking dick.
Yeah.
But like,
so you think y'all should step out the box and suck the dick too?
No, I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is, the point he was making made sense outside of it being giving a man oral. But the point he was making was that sometimes you try new things
just to see if you like it.
Yeah, just to see.
I don't have a problem with that, but I also know I don't need to be. I know me.
But if it's something that you know you don't need to try,
let's
then you
be
don't
honest.
need to try. Like Tank shit that he was talking about.
Don't go against. You don't, like I said, you don't have to go against self.
Yeah.
Like if you have your morals, whatever, you be like, you know what? That's just not my thing.
It's not moral. This is not my thing. Hey.
Yeah, my morals. I don't believe in doing stuff like that. Then it's just you.
Right.
So I'm saying you have to step outside that box. That's your norm. And that's this whole point of this conversation is understanding what's normal to you, and not feeling like attacked by other people or that case where you have to defend your norm to anybody else because it's your norm. Yeah, but that's your norm. Don't be.
No, they gonna be looking for me, so don't ask no questions.
But that's my whole thing. Just make sure you understand what your normal is, and as long as whatever your normal is, even if it's outside of society's norm, as long as it's beneficial for you, continue to work in that direction. Because if it's that good, somebody else probably doing it too, and they probably need to know that it works. But if it's bad, keep that in mind too. Because I found a tweet I was talking about. Cause she was talking about how she's so difficult, and like men always tell her how difficult she is to deal with, and she's like, "But that just means that they're weak." No, it may actually mean that you're difficult. Like, you may need to take accountability for that and be like, okay, well, I'm doing something that's outside of the norm. And so am I outside of the norm is it beneficial for me to continue to act like this? Or should I make adjustments and be like, okay, well, maybe something I'm doing is not right. And so like now I can like start doing things that are beneficial for me. Because like, I think, and like I said, if you're operating and trying to figure out what your normal is, figure out if it, not only do you like your normal, is it beneficial to you? Is it doing anything to help you produce in your life? If polyamory makes you happy, and like you able to have your gals on the side, she got little dudes on the side, you cool with that.
About stupid
and you don't argue. That was the big thing. Is like you ain't gonna argue about shit because
I know some people tried this shit and they ain't work.
I mean, because they that's not their thing. That's not for them. And that's what you can try it. You try it, and you know what? Go back to the normal shit. Go back to the normal shit then. But the thing is, sometimes you don't have to operate inside the norm. Whatever makes you happy, whatever is beneficial for you in your life, that's what you should go with.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have, guys.
You got anything?
I'm good.
What are you asking?
I know I had to hurry up, so I got nothing.
Let me think. I'm trying to get this out. But I'm gonna be in Austin for the November 2nd.
Next week.
There's a mental health retreat.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the tickets are sold out because it's a small retreat. But we're just doing a mental health thing. I'm helping facilitate it. You know, do some talking about triggers and trauma and all that kind of stuff with black mental health stuff. So we got a couple other therapists and some interns and stuff like that working with us. And so I want to give a shout out to them. It's actually called Remedy. It's Remedy 2019. It's the first time they're doing the retreat. He wants to. My cousin is actually doing it, but I'm jumping down to be a part of it. But they are actually trying to do this on a regular basis, and it's really good. They have a church made, all kinds of stuff. Like it's a really good retreat. So I'll be there November 2nd, and that's all I have. I think I just had a thing on November 2nd. I don't have anything else.
I'm gonna Trap Gala on
November 2nd. I'll come back, but I won't be at Trap Gala.
Be twerking
in your dress.
Casey actually in her formal attire.
Right. I'm actually gonna dress like a lady.
Actually gonna be in a dress, probably have makeup done.
Beat to the gods.
You know what I'm saying? Get that low grade beat though.
The low grade?
Don't get the full out beat.
You don't want the full out?
Nah, I didn't even know who you was last time. I mean, it didn't look bad. It was good.
Yeah.
No,
but you don't wear makeup, so it didn't look like you.
I know. That's what I'm going for. It never looks like me. Makeup.
No, when you do a little bit less or whatever.
Yeah, when you did before.
Yeah.
What? When?
You've done something since the last birthday.
That wasn't the who.
It was before your birthday that I remember that.
For
Your birthday, you
New Year's?
Yeah. No, it was
You might-
New Year's. It's kind of like your birthday.
Yeah,
But that's
that's
what
where
you
we
did.
are.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying. Like you would change your hair, you would change the makeup. I was like, I didn't know who you were. I walked right by you.
That's what it's about to be next week.
Okay.
Tell
Yeah, there you
them
go.
downgrade it. Tell them to go 10. Go to like 6.
Yeah.
You did because you don't need all
You
that.
hear that, girl?
Because you don't need all that.
But
You want
what
women-
you're telling me.
You're one of them that need that.
Crazy part is, I didn't have makeup on the other time y'all talking about it like that.
What you mean?
No.
Because I don't put makeup on. That's the only person who put makeup on me.
You never put makeup on yourself?
Nah, just lipstick. I'm not doing that.
You be killing.
So I'm just going to be girt.
Damn, you just shit on a girl like that. Like,
I'm going all out.
Okay, I'll do your thing, my nigga.
Well, you say-
I won't be a Trump
well-
handler, but I'm sure it's gonna be
Ashley Ray or the artist
Ashley-
formerly known as Ashley Ray would be
somebody that might look kind of like Ashley Ray. Gonna be
Somebody like
somebody look like him.
yeah,
No.
closely, I guess.
Hater.
I mean, I know people are going though, so it's gonna be nice. I just ain't gonna make it. But other than that, I can't think of anything else I have coming up. I kind of want to go to this concert on the 15th. No, oh shit. So I found this thing, right? And this is like nothing to do with shit. It ain't got no, it's not even a black business. But I found this bounce house. This is an adult bounce house coming to Houston.
Mm.
Let me see if I can find this real quick. But it's coming to Houston like November. And it has like, I can't find it. But it's an adult bounce house, and it'll be like at the Avia Stadium. I don't even know what the fuck Avia Stadium is.
Mm-hmm.
Downtown?
I guess. I don't know. But it's at a stadium, and it's like $30 a person, and you get 3 hours. And there's like 3 different attractions. Like it's a full size bounce house with like the basketball court on it and everything. And,
I want to
and
go
it's
to
gonna be an
that,
adult only session.
but I'm scared of my knee.
Oh yeah, you gotta put your brakes on and get out
Alright.
there.
Well, it's a bounce house. You ain't gonna get caught in nothing.
No,
Your foot
but
ain't caught in nothing.
me bouncing sometimes makes it worse. Because for my niece's thing.
But they said also because one of the frequently asked questions was like if it's for like people that are in shape or like what, and they're like, well, they have places where you can like sit down on the inflatable couches and then watch other people bounce.
Great. No,
You know.
ain't doing it. I'm getting
What
there.
they trying to say is like say how fat you gotta be or how big you gotta be
Exactly.
to bounce.
So that's what I was looking for. I was like,
They
I
can you fuck around
But
and
they
bust
got
the
like a
goddamn
slide.
bounce
I gotta
house.
look at it because I want to slide now.
I'll show y'all the actual.
That's
thing,
what they
but
was
it
trying to
was
be
on
nice
Twitter.
about it.
I seen it.
They got alcohol?
No, nigga, you probably gotta bring your own.
Oh.
Hey, but no, you probably don't bring shit because it's 16 and up. The adult only session is 16 and up.
Okay.
16.
I mean, because they have a regular kid section, like 3-year-olds, and they have like the middle kid section, and then they have like
Some of it
adults.
was, I thought adults was like 21 and up. 16 ain't no damn adult.
But they the size of adults. So that's what they're talking about.
No,
So they don't
kids
want you
are
knocking over
big.
no little kids.
You gotta go.
You trying to dunk the basketball like the court and shit, little kids down there, you just stepping on them.
Move
Kobe! Get your ass out the lane, nigga.
Yeah, I'm coming through.
Kids
Get out
gotta
the lane,
learn.
whole ass nigga.
Yeah.
But
These kids soft anyway.
that and then the Music Soul Child and Marshall and Bros is gonna be
Oh, I
at
seen
Arena
that.
I seen that
Theater.
too.
I might try to do that shit too.
Fantasia gonna be here next month too.
Fantasia and Tank.
If you don't know.
No, I ain't
No,
watching Tank.
No.
Thick, Robin Thick.
But Tank too. That's
Oh,
not
yeah,
for the day before
If
Thanksgiving.
you don't know me, then don't talk to me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna see Tank no more. Not after that interview.
Oh, you scared?
I can't fuck with Tank no more.
Damn!
Don't do Tank like Tank got some hits.
Really?
No, he do. He be
Maybe
jamming
I
too.
deserve.
Yeah, nah, Tank good with me.
Don't do tank
But
like that.
yeah, that's the only things I can think of coming up. You know, getting closer and closer to Thanksgiving. Hope everybody's doing well. We get these technical difficulties fixed, and we're gonna be good.
Are you good?
Good.
As always, we'll be laughed a little, learned a lot. Hope we have helped you find the remedy to what's troubling you. This is What's Remedy Podcast,
All right, y'all.
and we out.